Okay, so this is a tile. Here. It's 18 by 9. So when you're laying this out, you want to lay it out so you get a decent piece on the tub, a decent piece under the window. It's either going to go above, over here, above or below the cap. In this case we're doing below because we got another one over here. So it's going to stay below the cap. And you want to make sure you have a decent piece on the ceiling. And a decent piece on the radiator. So if you've got a laser level, it makes it easier because it's just easier to see the lines. So what I'm going to have to end up doing is start with the full tile on the tub, and that'll bring me up to here, 6 rows of glass border, and it'll give me almost just a little over a full piece on the tub wall inside, so that's good. But the problem is I'm going to have under the window is going to be a little bit of a gap. So, and over here it'll be under the window. I mean under the plug there. And on the radiator it'll be good. So I'm going to have to make a compromise. And on the floor I'm going to have to cut off like maybe 1.5 inches. So if I move it up, I'm going to get a small piece on the tub. And if I move it down, it's not going to be, it's not going to reach the ceiling. And it'll be even worse under the window. So this is the layout I'm going to do. Full piece on the tub, and that gives me a reasonable piece everywhere else around. Okay, so I laid it out just so, and I put these lines on the wall just so you can see how I did it. So I started from the center line there, because that's, believe it or not, that's the way it would work best. You get a balanced piece on either side. And then the piece you cut off here, you start over here, and then you go to here, and this is the bullnose. And then that's going to come around the wall there. There's going to be a glass border at this height here, going all the way around the bathroom. And then on that wall, same piece on either side. Then you continue that around, and it comes to here. Like that. I get a decent piece on the radiator, I get a decent piece on the windows, and I get a decent piece all the way around. So that's how I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to work on my first row on this back wall, and I get that perfect. So as I build on that, it'll be good. So, you know, you always want to get your first row on perfect. And everything that goes off that will just follow. If you've got a bow in the wall, or if you've got, your first row isn't good, as you're going up, it's just going to continue being screwed up. I made myself a story pole. So I lay some out here on the floor so I can take measurements of it. But to make life even easier, I made myself a story pole. See these lines on here? All these lines. Those are exactly where the grout lines are for these tiles. So to lay it out, so to figure out what exactly my layout, I can put this right where the line starts. And these lines here will tell me where my tile's full. So she wants a border right here, and then the tile's going to continue up above that. And I know that the tile's going to be right here. So I can see what the tile on my ceiling is going to be by just simply actually pushing this up to the ceiling. And that tells me what the size of my towel lies on the ceiling. And that's just one way of doing it. That's what you call a story pole. Or you could just measure it out and get references. You just take measure and measure where all your tiles are going to fall. And then you bring those measurements up to the wall. So the story pole just helps out on that.